5. Roll call, please.
Bill Dixon,
Here.
Becky Stone,
Here.
Ross Scott,
Here.
Tim Skinner, Alan Taylor.
Here. The minutes of the June 23rd meeting should have been received by you via email. I would entertain a motion from the board members to approve the minutes as submitted.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Any question? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Under new business, contested citations.
We actually do not have any that were contested this month. Do we go forward with the rest of the report?
Go ahead.
Okay. As far as citations withdrawn by the city, we had 15, and uncontested citations this month we have 39.
Is there other new business to deal with?
We don't have new business, but I believe that there are 2 citizens who had actions in the past and didn't appeal during the appeals time who may be here. We didn't know it, so we're not prepared to present.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not on the agenda, so.
We didn't know it until, but I don't know if you want to call them forward, but we don't have anything prepared to talk about those because we were unaware because the appeals time had passed.
Well, believe it or not, this board is user-friendly.
Yes.
So we're going to allow the public that they want to make statements and speak to us. We will hear what you have to say. I will not promise any action, at this point at least. So is there somebody here that would like to approach the board? Please come forward and
I don't have a signage.
I know. I'm going to ask him to please state your name and your physical.
Right here is where you want
Yes,
to go?
sir. Come right up here because we're a recorded meeting. Please state your name and give
my
us
name-
your address.
My name is Levon Cabell, Arcabelle. I live 908 Powell Street.
Okay, do you pledge to present your information to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Accurate. Very good. Okay, talk to us.
Well, got this notice stuff about on my property stuff. Something was saying was on my property. My a so-called girlfriend was supposed to call y'all for me because I've been having problems, health problems, stuff like that. I've been going to the hospital twice a week because my shoulder blade was out of socket. And they put that back in socket. That's been over 2 months ago. Now I can raise my arm up so I don't have to go back there no more. I was there the week before last time I went. Anyway, that stuff that she was taking pictures of wasn't no junk. It was my mowers and stuff. My daughter and them, they supposed to be coming down from Fort Wayne, but the truck broke down in Bloomington because I was going to give it back to take to them, let them take those mowers to my granddaughter so they could have them. But they never did make it with that truck. But she come back down in another little truck, so some of that stuff is gone. We loaded it up and took it there. It wasn't no junk. My mowers were running. But I got rid of that one today because she caught on fire. I took it on down junkyard.
Okay.
Really, I was keeping stuff over because I didn't want people passing, people walking across the yard all the time like that. But they ain't doing that no more right now.
Okay. So do you feel, is your opinion that you have been fined unjustly for the violation of the code?
Well, it wasn't no bunch of high weeds there. What I did, when I got that letter, I went on to move that and use that more, and I cut that grass, but I put some of that stuff right back there. But it ain't nothing there like it now. But I got my stuff beside the house, I'm leaving it right there.
So in your opinion, you're presenting this that you have remedied the violation that was cited, is that correct?
See, when you say remedy, you got me thrown off, because this is the first time I've been in there.
Have you corrected the,
Oh, yes,
what
ma'am.
they asked you to do as well?
Yes, ma'am. But my daughter, when they get their truck going, I'm gonna give them 2 more push ones to take back up there to Fort Wayne, Indiana with them, to give to my granddaughters. So I had stuff on my other truck, and they stole stuff off of it. Then they stole one of my headlights out of a yellow Volkswagen. I was telling somebody that would do it outside, but I got 2 more new ones. They stole stuff off my rims, but I don't be turning all that in. Probably those teenagers.
You know, I can appreciate your difficulties and the problems that
Yes.
prevented you from fixing what was wrong, but the limitation of appealing violations has been exceeded. Is that correct, Don?
See, I had so much going on, man. Sometimes I'll forget stuff too, though. But I ain't got no stuff piled up there like that. That ain't like me. I'm doing all I can do.
Go ahead.
I have a question for Steve, since I'm new to the board. Is this notice a notice that goes out for a fine after it has been noted that the citation has not been addressed? The notice that he got was the $60 fine? So this went out after you saw that the weeds were not cut and the stuff was not moved, and this goes to the owner, correct?
It actually goes out the day after y'all's meeting.
Comes
Yeah,
here.
so we have
Yeah.
a notice of violation, so he would have received a notice of violation to remedy. If it's not remedied, then there's a citation, but you can appeal the citation and you have a time to appeal the citation. And after the citation, you all have your meeting and then it goes, the final fine, but the citation does note what the fine is and what the appeals process is. And then the final is after you all have done your job.
So this is beyond the time limit that he would have had to correct it and not get a fine, is what my point is. Okay.
So it's notice of violation. If you remedy it, it's no big deal. That's just the, hey, there's a
Cut your
problem.
grass, yeah, or whatever.
And then there's a citation that says, this is a problem and this is what's going to happen unless you remedy it or you have the ability to bring it to you all. And then after that time period goes, then it becomes a default judgment. So what he's got is the default judgment, and that comes after you all have already met.
Okay, I have a question for Ashley.
Sure.
Do we have authority to amend or even change the rules, basically, for a citation and the limitation on the period that you can appeal?
I mean, technically, you all can do what you would like to do, but if you're going to comply with the rules, no, that ship has sailed. That essentially opens up a door for anyone to come in here years later to say, I fixed things, now give me my money back. So I think it's a slippery slope if you adopt a policy of forgiving.
We set a
past
precedent.
appellate time. Correct. Now, he does have further remedies he could take in circuit court if he so chooses. But the appellate time, all of the times and all of the procedures have been complied with by the board to ensure that this process has given him appropriate notice, an appropriate venue. We're just past the date.
My question, so Mr. Cabell's name is not on here. That's sort of where I'm,
Correct. That's
because this
also a
didn't
problem.
That
come
is
to
a problem.
him.
The owner of the property, under the law, the owner of the property is responsible for the property.
Correct.
So that's why, and like with BOZA or anything else, we require the owner of the property to actually make the appeal on this. So,
And that hasn't been done
No.
within the prescribed rules that the city set forth.
It looks like Mr. Chamber actually owns, so I'm thinking you lease the property. You're a tenant on the property.
Yes, ma'am.
Was Mr. Chambers notified appropriately?
Yes, I saw him at the Dollar Tree. I saw him at Dollar Tree and he was telling me about, but he'd already put this in my door. It was in my door for me. He told me about it.
Do you know why?
Told me he was down to take care of this.
Yeah, but do you know why he didn't appeal the citation within the limitations of appeal process?
I don't know. Most of the time I see him is like when I be paying him a rent. Call and get in touch with them.
So did he
Because they go out of
also,
town certain time.
did he also notify you that the grass needed to be cut and the junk
But
needed to
at
be
the time, my
cut?
shoulder was, they told me I couldn't cut the grass right then. Because my shoulder, I couldn't move my arm and stuff, nothing like that. My
Well-
shoulder
But
blade was out of socket.
he did make you aware that he wanted you to do that, was what I'm asking.
Who,
Your
Mr. Chambers.
landlord, did your landlord tell you that he wanted you to get the grass cut and move the junk on the
no,
property?
I don't hardly see him all that much. I don't see him all that much. I was cutting it when I could. I took my push more with my arms to help my arms out like that, but the grass grew back quick. The next week, following week, it kept growing back quick.
Mr.
Then I'd use
Cabell,
my riding more. See, I'd use my arm, they said use push more to help with my left arm. See, I didn't have no strength in this arm about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
yeah, I appreciate your problems that prevented you from taking action, but I honestly think you should go back to the landlord with this issue because he did not respond to the violation, the citation within the prescribed notified timeframe. And even though you're the tenant, he's the property owner. And your protest, I think, should be with him and not us. We don't make the rules here. We just enforce them.
Correct. I think you're correct on that.
It ain't gonna do no good me go to that preacher there and do like this. I'm one had the stuff first while I'm developing. This ain't gonna happen again.
There are landlords around town that get very
It ain't gonna happen
frustrated
again.
with tenants who
Like
are
I said, I
not
was out of commission.
appropriately maintaining their work.
Believe me, I was out
This
of
might
commission.
be a small
They come to my
transition
house,
between
they had to
him
help
and
me get me
his-
up off the floor
his
and
landlord,
take me to the
but
hospital
this
because
is
I
not
couldn't
really
get
a
up so bad.
code
So it's
enforcement
because
board
my
issue
shoulder was
that
out of
Needs
socket.
to be rectified through the board.
Yeah.
Would you listen to what our council just stated?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So the citation that we're all looking at, that went to your landlord, right? Because he's the owner of the property. He is technically the one responsible to pay this fine or to appeal or to take whatever action is needed. That he wants you to pay might be an issue that you and he need to work out either amongst yourselves or through small claims court, but it's not
No, I don't-
necessarily
I don't want
something
care
that
about
you are
going to
able to
courts.
bring before the board
Ma'am.
to fix between you and your landlord. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I don't care about going no court stuff.
Nobody does.
No, I don't care
guarantee you that
about.
nobody does.
I went there and I already been mistreated, lost my stuff when I shouldn't have did it.
Well, but
It's
bottom
something
line
else.
is here, this is an issue that your landlord was responsible for. Even though you're the tenant, he's the property owner, the citation went to him, he was notified. And so you're gonna have to, I'm afraid, deal with your landlord on this because I don't think we have the authority. I don't think we wanna go there as a board and exempt the rules that we've been given to enforce the codes. Is that,
Well,
do you understand?
I just wish I would've got in touch with y'all myself instead of depending on my girlfriend to do it like that because she was going to email and she forgot to get in touch with y'all. Tell me she's sorry. I said it's too late for that now. Now I got to come up here.
I think the issue that is even
Because
then,
they had
though,
problems.
he should have been the one to get in touch with us.
Huh?
It never should be you.
Huh?
It should have been your landlord the whole time. Even then, it shouldn't have,
Well,
your
I don't
girlfriend
really.
didn't get with you, but he was the one that's responsible, not you.
Yeah, but it was on my property, and it makes me feel bad like that.
Yeah.
I just wish this could be resolved. It never happen again,
Well, we hope it doesn't either.
sir. No,
We
no,
hope
I'm-
it doesn't
no,
happen
I'm talking about
again
this
either.
money part of this fine stuff.
But
I
he's
just
the
wish
one who's
I
liable.
just wish you could just drop it. It never happen again. I'll make
Mr.
sure of
Cabell,
it.
he is the one that's liable to the city for the fine. Now, whether you have agreed with him to pay the fine for the violation, I don't think this
And I'm in
this
debt
board
now.
wants to move beyond our authority to redo what the rules are. You understand where I'm coming from, sir?
Yes, I understand where you come from. I just wish this wasn't happening.
Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate your speaking to us, and I'm sorry we couldn't give you a better answer.
Oh man, if I don't know what's gonna come up. I go check with them preachers and with them. They're gonna be upset or something. I ain't gonna let this happen again.
Okay.
No, for real.
Thank you.
$60 fine. Ain't no way you can drop it. Just this one time. I promise you it never happen
You're
again.
past the time to be able to do that.
We can't make the rules. We just enforce them.
Okay, I see y'all.
All right. Are there is there any other new business to come?
I'll go to the town, see what the people down first. I've been up there, grass his house up, go around, ain't nobody never mess with me.
Is there any other new business to come before the board? Is there someone back there? My vision's going, so would you like to approach the board tonight, Nancy? Please state your name, your address.
Would I like to approach the board? No. But will I approach the board? Yes. Okay, Nancy Horn, and my address is 2416 Jamestown Drive.
And you pledge, Nancy, that what
And
you
I can't
testified
sue
to
any of
this
y'all for
board
this.
is accurate to the best of your ability and knowledge?
No, it's okay.
What would you like to tell us?
Where would you like to start? The first thing I want to say is the notice that I got, I have no idea when it was mailed because this is what I'm looking. It was metered but not postmarked. And I know for a fact that there was mail that said in Louisville for over 30 days that they said was, how did they phrase it when I went to the post office? It was not processed, and it was not delivered, and they did nothing with it. It sat there for over 30 days. Because we had something we mailed to Cincinnati, and it took 31 days to get there.
Okay, now, we don't know what you're talking about.
I know, I'm just saying, I didn't get the notice in a timely manner, is
What
what I'm
notice
saying.
are we talking about?
Okay, I have 3 of them. And I didn't get whatever you want to call it, the green paper that comes if you want to contest something.
We don't send the green papers out. You have to call and request them.
Okay, well, I didn't know that, okay? Because I had one time before, but
You came and got it.
I didn't come get it. Y'all might have mailed it to me.
I
but
think you called and asked for it.
But I didn't know about that. But anyway, and I've talked to Steve a couple of times. It's been a couple of months since I talked to him. But I told him about some things that were going on in our life that I know y'all don't care. It's family problems. But,
Well, we care, but there's a limit to what we can do.
well, I understand that. But I mean, there was a lot of family tragedies, family emergencies. My stepson passed away, unexpected, the week before he would have turned 41. They lived in northern Michigan, so we had to go out of town to go to Michigan to be with the family, our grandkids mainly. And then less than a month after that happened, my sister was in a bad accident. She had a traumatic brain injury. She had brain surgery. She was in intensive care. She was in the hospital for quite a while. She's now in rehab.
So we
But-
still don't know what,
Well, this was some things that kept me from contacting
yeah,
y'all.
but we don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
What did you get?
Okay,
from the city?
I got a notice from Dobby, I assume. I don't see a name on here, but anyway, about siding missing from the back of our house. Okay?
When was that issued to you?
This says May the 20th,
Okay?
and it says the hearing date was June the 23rd, and I would have come had I known. Okay?
But you didn't contact anybody to...
I didn't know about this, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know about any of these. But the siding that I think y'all are talking about, the only thing I can figure out, where our deck was attached to the bottom portion of our house, there was a row across there where it was attached. And that's the only thing that has not got anything over it other than, I guess, concrete blocks or whatever, I don't know. But it's not siding right there. Now the rest of that part is siding, but we're gonna have all that siding taken off and new siding put back there. So we don't want to put just one row of siding back there out of place. And there's nothing exposed. I mean, there's no, you couldn't get in our house that way. No animals couldn't get in our house that way. So I don't see what the problem is about that.
Okay, can you pause for just a minute? I'd
I
like to
will.
hear from Dobby or Steve, what was the nature of the violation?
Let Bobby answer.
It's considered protective treatment. It's to keep the rain and stuff from deteriorating the wood and stuff that's there, and it's opened. From where, it is where she said, it's from where the deck came off, but there's just a big old gap that's open there, allowing the rain and stuff to get in now and start to deteriorate. Can you move the microphone over?
Here, come up here. along up here.
Would you repeat what you just told us, please?
It is a protective treatment that's on her back because it's got a big gap. Now it allows moisture in. And when you get moisture, then it starts to deteriorate and one thing leads to another.
So the wood is exposed?
There was plastic across that at one time. I do not know what's happened to it. I have no idea. I don't know. But all I know is the guy that's still working on our house, they're going to put all new siding on the back of the house and on the left side.
So what are you requesting from us?
Well, like I said, I wasn't aware of this. So what I need to do is try to contact him, find out when he's going to put the siding on our house.
Well, I don't really care about that.
Well,
What I wanna know
that's
is-
going to cover that up, though, see, is what I'm saying.
So what are you asking from us?
I guess to give us longer time. If nothing else, I'll just call him and ask him to go back up there and put a plastic strip across there or something to cover that.
What are the other notices, Nancy, that you're?
Well, I think, would you not like to solve one at a time?
I can't really make a judgment on that without seeing it. You know, whether that's, I mean, it sounds like she's got exposed wood that's going to
Y'all should have
deteriorate,
these.
so
We didn't know
you
you
know,
were coming.
Well, I didn't know if I was coming or not
we don't have
because,
anything to know exactly.
yeah, I didn't know if I was coming or not because I've had RSV for the third time this year. And I have not been out a whole lot. I'm still on antibiotics and everything. As a matter of fact, I've got a mask laying back there on my purse that I would have worn in, but I would have thought y'all probably would tell me I could not wear it because you might not have been able to hurt me or something. But I've had RSV, like I said, 3 times. So I'm trying to recover from that.
You know,
So you want me to go on then?
well, I think I've heard enough to understand what you're here for.
Well, I mean, do you want me to go on about the other notices?
So
Because
has she
they're
already
different
been
stuff.
fined for so the process has already been completed?
Yes.
right?
Yes,
As the other guy, yes.
And there's been multiple notices? And you didn't get any of those notices, is what you're telling me?
How did you get them now? How do you have them now? When did you
because
get
they were forwarded to me.
from whom?
I assume the post office.
And what date was it metered?
It was metered June the 24th, but it was not postmarked.
Oh, the final order. So the
After
May
our meeting.
20th letter was not metered in June. Is that what you're saying?
Do you not live at the address that
No,
it
ma'am.
was sent to?
No, ma'am. We still have a lot of work going on our house. Some's inside, and some is cosmetic, like the siding. And since then, we've had another portion of the same tree that split and fell in our yard too. Luckily, it didn't hit our house. But I can go on. These others are dated, well, this one's dated 6/2. These are.
You know,
But it's about different items that I want to protest about.
but you've had multiple citations, is that correct?
I assume.
Okay.
I never had anything about this. This is the first I ever heard of this,
Okay. So
about
let
siding.
me throw out just a suggestion. What if we table any action, since this is not on the agenda, and you sign up for presenting your issue to this board for a decision at our next meeting?
Okay.
Is that,
See, I wasn't sure I was going to get to speak tonight anyway,
I know.
and
I know.
so I was going to be prepared if you asked me to come
I
back.
can't prove, nor probably she can either, that the Postal Service didn't deliver the notices. Is this what,
Nancy, you might want to go to the PVA and have them change your mailing address on your property. Isn't that how you get the,
That's what we're required to use
that's,
by
they,
law.
they're required by law to use the address on the property. So it sounds like the address is still at that Jamestown address, if you change that, you're more likely to get any future notices in a timely manner.
Well, we have somebody that checks our mail periodically for us. If I don't come every day to do that, which like I said, I've had RSV twice, so I haven't been getting out. And,
I will tell you that this is not the first time Nancy has come.
no, I was here last year several times.
Right, and that she wasn't living in the house then, and she told us at that point she had someone getting her mail for her, so.
What is your recommendation from the city?
My recommendation is that the time has passed,
Yeah.
but I'm not your attorney.
I understand. Ashley, do you have an opinion?
But my opinion is consistent with the last gentleman that came up. Ms. Horn certainly knows how to utilize the appellate procedures. I hate that she's gone through all of the issues that she has and all of the family issues that she's been experiencing. A simple phone call or a simple letter or a simple request is not something foreign to her. So this could have been held in abeyance. We could have had the corrective measures. We went through this a year for the last issue that we had. So my recommendation is to remain consistent with the last gentleman that came in.
Well, yeah, we don't want to set a precedent that opens the door for everybody to violate the time frame which the city has set forth to appeal. It's pretty open. It's pretty generous, I think, and that's been exceeded. And so I'm not of the opinion we can do anything for you.
One thing that we could do in the future is, besides mailing it, we do at times, you all have probably seen the signs where we put signs in people's yards, and then we put the violation and the citation on the sign. So that way, we can mail it to Ms. Horn, and then we could put the sign in her yard and also post it so that there's be no question as to, and when Dobby does that, you take a picture with a date stamp on there so that there's no question in the future for future violations. Hopefully we won't have any, but we've been on this.
Excuse me, I just got done talking, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just got done talking to the preacher's wife. I'm gonna take care of myself, I don't want no hassle with them. What do I take that $60 to? Where you had?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'll see about it Friday. Sorry about it.
That's okay, thank you.
And we're agreeable in doing that. That way, we don't have this issue anymore as to whether she received it in her mail or things. She'll be able to drive by her property and
see it, yeah.
as well as receive it in the mail. And hopefully, we won't have any more issues, but we've had multiple issues with this property. So there's a possibility.
We remember.
I'm new to the board, so I don't have a history of that. Is the property vacant?
It is at the present time.
And it's been vacant. Nancy, how long has that property?
Too long.
She's been dealing with the insurance.
I'm still dealing with insurance.
Well,
It's been years.
And I know that's not y'all's fault, and that's not y'all's problem, but I'm still dealing with insurance.
And I'm sorry that things have worked out like they have, but we don't have the ability or the authority to override what the codes that the city has adopted. And so therefore, I don't have a recommendation that we can do anything as a board for you at this point.
But we could do that going forward if
But-
that.
Going forward.
But says first offense on this.
Okay,
When
So-
is the hearing date on that, Nancy?
It was last month's meeting, I assume, 6/23, but I didn't know about it. Or I would have come, well, I might not have been able to, but I would have tried to come. But this says first offense.
but
They
do
all
you
say first
understand,
offense.
do you understand we can't bend the rules for you without allowing everybody to exceed the limitation for appeal? Do you understand that?
I understand that, but by the same token, I think that if it's the first offense, and all these say first offense on them, I think we need to give somebody time to take care of the problem, and table it to your next monthly meeting.
Well, you had the appeal time, and now there's. But
see, I didn't- I didn't know about the appeal time.
Well, because you didn't get the mail.
Right, and like I said, they all say first offense. Every one of them does.
But the meeting for appeal has already passed. That's what we're saying, the
I would have
process
come
is
had I
already-
known, had I been able to come.
And again, I'll say, you have a notice of violation,
The
and then
meeting, the
you have a
final.
citation, so there's.
So there's three steps that have occurred, yeah.
But I mean, I'm just asking if y'all will not table it till next month. I'm not asking you to give me next
Well,
year.
now, if we did a table, we would still wouldn't be able to do
It's-
anything.
it
It's already
still
been
past your
completed,
time,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we
We
don't
would have to
the-
break the standard that the city has set forth in this code.
You might not have the final order letter yet, but if you got the first offense, the citation, then after the meeting for appeal, you would have gotten a final order, so that's already gone out. is
Okay,
what
this-
I'm
The
understanding.
appeals to court.
This is all I got. And they're three separate ones, for three separate things. But this is all we got.
I don't know what to say.
But Alan said first that he would recommend that you table it till next month. And
Well,
now-
but
now you're
then-
I
backtracking.
don't think he realized it's
No,
already
I-
been passed. Yeah.
I was in error by
Yeah.
making that comment because I wasn't aware of all the things that have already happened and should have happened in the time frame. So,
Well, y'all know, because like she said, I've been here before. It's not my first rodeo. Had I been aware of it, I would have been here.
well, we do too. Because those are the rules that we have to operate by.
You know, but I would have come, and I would have protested it then.
So the remedy for a final judgment is to appeal to the court?
She has available appellate options in circuit court
In
at this
circuit court,
point,
yeah.
but that is not something that we are able to advise her how to
No,
do.
I know,
or
I'm
to-
just saying
Yes,
that
there-
this
there
is
always
done,
another-
and if there's a
until you get to
remedy,
the
it would
Supreme
be
Court of
to-
Kentucky,
yeah,
there is
yeah.
always another
Right,
for appeal.
right.
That is your opportunity or your next step that you can take, but I don't think we can do anything for you right at this point.
Or I need to call my contractor and ask him to go up there and cover what's exposed.
Well, that would be good, so you don't get a second offense.
Yeah.
That would be very good.
Well, if I get a second offense, I won't be a happy camper, okay?
Well, so if you get that
I won't be
remedy, then
happy.
there won't be. But what we will do going forward, so that we don't have those issues anymore, we will mail them, but we will also post them.
Post them, so that if the mail service fails, we are covered as far as notification.
And Dobby, whenever she has that, she takes a picture of the sign with the citation, and it has the date on it. So that way, we don't have any of the issues or misunderstandings as to the dates.
And then you'll be aware, if it's posted, that there's another citation, and you can contact the codes department about what your
Well, I don't think,
appeal
I
process
don't
is.
think I would appreciate the sign in my yard, but y'all do whatever you have to do. I
Well,
mean,
We're just trying to
have
make
to
sure
do
you
that.
get
We were trying
notified,
to-
so you don't.
I know what you're saying, but what I think of when I see the signs in the yard are when you drive past lots that are this tall that haven't been mowed the whole entire summer, and somewhere out in the middle of that lot, you see this sign. Or a piece of property that looks like if you blew on it, it would fall over.
Well,
This is what I think of when I see, like it's a condemnation.
we don't have to do the sign. I was trying to do the sign to
For
be
your
helpful
benefit.
for you.
I understand where you're coming from,
Yeah.
but I think I pass on that suggestion.
Thank you, Nancy.
Okay, I'm not through. I told you I have two other things.
Well, if they're final orders, it's the same situation.
Yeah, it's not going to be any different. No matter.
Well, I want to know, and y'all just tell me. You can tell me to sit down, you can tell me to go home, whatever you want to do. But we have several vehicles in our drive,
That have been there for years.
but they've been moved, and they're operable. They're all licensed. They're all insured, and we pay taxes on every one of them. And none of them are sitting on a public street out in front of our house. They're all up in the driveway, and they all run. And they have been moved. And like I said, every one of them has a current license plate. if you go up there and look at it, and you know you cannot have a current license plate if you do not have insurance. Every one of them is insured, and I paid taxes on every one of them also.
Dobby, is that accurate?
The truck has flat tires, so it's not operable. The
Well,
other
I can get the
vehicle-
tires fixed, but
the other-
Let her speak, please,
The other
Sammy.
vehicle, it's got so much stuff in it that it is sitting in the driver's seat, so there's no way somebody can get behind it and drive it. And then there's one in the backyard that the tree that fell again fell across it. It was already in bad shape, and it's still sitting back here, and it's been back here for years.
And it's flat, like, you couldn't, it will have to be towed away.
okay, let's
Does
talk.
the language in the property maintenance code say inoperable
It
vehicles?
says unlicensed or
Or
inoperable.
inoperable, okay.
But
So
like
it's
I-
licensed, but it's not operable.
But if you went up there to start them, they all start. And the one she's talking about that has items in the driver's seat, I was advised, I will not tell you who by. It was a former police officer, so I will not go there. I will not go there. That we should put some items in the seat to deter people from trying to break in and steal it, okay? I could throw all that stuff out the front seat and get in and drive it off.
Well, you
And then it's
probably should
also
do that.
apparent inoperable as well, so it's inoperable.
Why is it apparent inoperable?
Right?
Because it doesn't have tires that are.
No, we're
Well,
talking about
at
something
100,
different.
It's inoperable, apparent inoperable. It doesn't appear that a car's been moved for 180 days or it's got license. So that's the code. You asked what the code.
Right.
No, I'm talking about the one she's talking about in the drive.
I was answering
My
Ms.
question
Stone's
about what the
question.
code
Yeah, but
I
I'm-
wasn't responding to you.
Okay,
Nancy.
but I'm responding to the one that she's talking about
So
in
you
the
have the
drive.
right to appeal. You could have appealed those as well.
Well, like I said, I got the same back. And the one in the backyard,
I don't think the board is going to substitute our judgment for what the official that's going out to cite these
Well, and the same thing, the
properties
time's already
are.
passed. so
And the
it's
time has
A
passed,
moot
yeah.
point.
well, two of them were tagged that they would be towed. I don't remember the date because somebody sent, one of my neighbors.
We probably could sit here all
They
night.
haven't been told yet.
Oh, I know they haven't been, but one of my neighbors sent me a thing and said, hey, you got some tags on.
Remedy-
Well, if you disagree with the assessment, I think the next step for you is to take legal action, if you prefer, to, against the city, because we don't have the authority, because of the time has passed for the appeal process to work, and this board cannot do anything for you.
Well, I don't want them to tow something out of my driveway while I'm working on remedying
That's
the,
beyond our scope of
Situation.
authority.
But they have not been told yet, so she has not, like, they're not in a tow yard or anything, so there is time to remedy.
For her to repair the cars and.
Yes, yes.
And there's
Get
a
'em
date
in.
on the sticker saying what the last date is before it'll be towed.
well, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen them. My neighbor sent me a text
Do you
and
know
said,
what
hey.
that date is off the top of your head, Dobby? I know we don't have that paperwork here
But
yet.
you can go tonight when you leave here and see what the last day is.
You,
Yeah.
But
you
we
may or
gave
may
an
not, depending
extra
on the
30
state.
days. We tagged them and gave an extra 30
On the
days
vehicles.
on that. We didn't remedy it right away because we had that discussion. We didn't really want to tell them if there was something that Ms. Ford could do to fix them. So she's had, she has time.
Well, the one in the backyard that y'all were talking about that was hit by the tree. It was not hit by the tree the first time, but it was hit by the tree this last time.
But
And
we're not here, our purpose is not here to hear any citizen object to the standards that are set up in the code for the enforcement. And you're approaching this board saying, well, I disagree with this assessment on this vehicle and this operation. There's nothing we can do about that.
well, I know y'all don't want to hear this, and it sounds like I'm crying my pity party. But I could stand here and probably tell you where at least a dozen other vehicles are sitting that have not been moved. I know one that hadn't been moved in 6 years. You know.
I'm sure if you gave those addresses to Dobby, she would go out and look at them, and if they were in violation, she would cite them.
Like I said,
have no
I know
doubt.
one that hadn't been moved in 6 years. And it's on a main street that you would have to go up and down every day if you went to and
But
from
the
work.
purpose of this board is not a forum for a citizen to say, well, I've been unfairly treated because this person hadn't been cited and I've been cited, blah, blah, blah. You're talking to the wrong audience.
Well, I really feel like I am being, I don't want to say harassed, but I mean, I'm trying to do things that I know are right. I mean, after all, I've worked for the city for almost 47 years. I know right from wrong. But I'm trying to do this the best that I can in the time frame that I can. And like I said, we're still fighting with our insurance company. But now the one that's in the backyard is sitting on concrete. It is not in the yard. We have a basketball court back there, and it's sitting on the basketball court.
Okay, we've heard the descriptions. Is there anything else that you'd like to approach?
So you're saying, basically, I'm wasting my time by coming tonight.
Well, the appeal process is past Nancy.
I
and our
understand
board,
that, but
yeah.
like I said, I would have come last month.
Yeah, I understand that you had difficulty getting the letters, but, you know, we've offered a remedy so that you know something's happening and you don't want the sign in the yard. So, I mean, you're going to have to figure out some way. Well, hopefully there won't be any citations going forward, but if there are, and you're not getting your mail because it's being forwarded,
Yeah.
then,
and
you know,
Miss-
maybe,
Right, and Ms. Holmes, right, if you want it sent to the address where you're living, you can go to the PBA and change that address, and then it would.
Will go directly
It'll
to
go
you.
directly there, so that would be another potential remedy for the issue that we're dealing with. You know, you feeling like you're not receiving your stuff on time, so that would be the two suggestions. One, we put a sign in your yard, as well as mail it to you, and you don't want that. Or two, change your address with the PBA so that you get the mail directly.
because it does take a while to forward mail if it's being forwarded by the post office, so.
And you said your neighbor was checking it, right, not being forwarded?
Pardon me?
You said your neighbor was checking your mail for you, not?
No, I said we had someone checking our mail. I didn't
But
say
you
who.
did say that was forwarded, right, to you? That
Yes.
mail? Didn't you say that?
Yes. Yeah, but we have somebody that does check our mail for us. If I don't get to Henderson every day, and I don't get to. And since they've been working on the stupid road and the stupid bridge in Owensboro and everything else under the sun, you know.
Sorry, we can't help you, Nancy.
Well, I won't say I won't be back next month, because I might.
Please, put yourself on the agenda so we can be prepared and have information
We'll
that
have
we
to
need to make,
check everything.
a decision as a board.
And Nancy, I would suggest that after this meeting, you go to your house and look at the tags, because the tags are clear as to what the dates are.
Well, what I'm wondering is if the tags are still readable because of the sun and the
Yeah, if
rain
they're
and all
not,
that, you know, and
call,
everything,
and
and, you know,
we will work on that,
so I know,
yeah.
you know, what kind of time frame we're talking
All
about.
you have to do is call the code's office, and we'll, if they're not readable, we'll be able to find the dates.
Well, I'm not picking on anybody at all, but I guess I am. I'll call and I'll talk to Steve.
Okay.
Thank you.
I won't say thank you,
All right.
okay?
Is there any other business to come before this board?
Your minutes,
Pardon?
your minutes.
Oh, did we skip those?
Oh,
No, we did the minutes.
Oh, I missed it,
Yeah,
sorry.
we did the minutes.
Yeah, those are the minutes at the end. These we should be
Okay,
at the
then,
end.
this meeting
Sorry about
stands
that.
adjourned.